Good evening, I'm Sonia Kaleselvam and this is Kini News. UMNO has reinstated Tajuddin's UMNO membership effective immediately. This was announced by the party's Secretary General last night.
UMNO reinstated former Pasir Salak MP Tajuddin Abdul Rahman's membership more than 2 years after suspending him in October 2022. Tajuddin was supposed to be suspended for 6 years after his open criticism against UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi and the party. However, this was reversed through a Supreme Council decision yesterday. In a statement, UMNO Secretary General Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki said the Supreme Council has unanimously agreed to rescind and retract the suspension of Tajuddin's UMNO membership effective immediately. He added that this is in line with Article 10.6 and Article 5.3 of the party's constitution. The decision came after years of appeals from Tajuddin and support from other UMNO leaders.
Several DAP lawmakers in Kuala Lumpur have responded to BN over their aim of contesting 5 federal territories constituencies in the next general election. Let's take a look at what they say.
Several DAP lawmakers in Kuala Lumpur have vowed to stand their ground and not yield to BN's impossible demand for the party's parliamentary seats. This is according to Seputeh MP Teresa Kok, Cheras MP Tan Kok Wai and Bukit Bintang MP Fong Lun. They were responding to BN's aim of contesting 5 federal territories constituencies in the next general election. Kok told Malaysia Kini that they would not concede their seats. However, she believes that BN would not seek to contest seats that DAP has already secured. Fong also echoed the same stance, making it clear that they would not allow BN to contest DAP-held constituencies, even if it meant this would affect the cooperation between the ruling government parties. Fong said taking constituencies DAP won is simply impossible, and if BN insists on fighting for it, then they will fall out with them for sure. Tan took a shot at BN, saying that if it wished to take over DAP seats in Kuala Lumpur, it must be a coalition capable of winning. Tan said in the 15th general election, UMNO practically lost everything in the federal territories except for Titi Wangsa, and BN's vote count is lower than DAP's. He said they can make any suggestions, but the possibility is slim. And with regards to DAP's 5 seats, they will certainly continue to defend them. BN is eyeing 5 parliamentary seats in the federal territories. BN Chief Ahmad Zahid Hamidi had previously said discussions will be held with Madani coalition partners to finalize the seat allocation.
Umno Veterans Club has hid out at Tiong over his apology to tourists from China. Its secretary Mustapha Yaakub said there was no need for Tiong to apologize.
Umno Veterans Club Secretary Mustapha Yaakub has urged Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to give the tourism portfolio to someone more capable of protecting Malaysia's good name. This was over Tourism Minister Tiong remarks on the signboard issue and apology to tourists from China. In a statement today, Mustapha said Tiong had no reason to apologize to Chinese tourists. He questioned where in the world does anyone accord special treatment to tourists that visit their country to the point of changing signboards to the native language of the tourists. He added that even if there are translations, it is in English. Mustapha also claimed that Tiong's assertion that tourists had asked him if Malaysia was a racist country was a lie and that he was being theatrical about it. Previously, it was reported that DBKL had targeted signboards using languages such as Bangladeshi, Korean, Arabic and Chinese that failed to comply with rules. According to the reports, DBKL conducted enforcement operations at 6 shopping centers, issuing 31 notices to violators, and businesses with valid licenses but no signboard permits were compounded and non-compliant signboards were removed. Premises with both licenses and permits, but failing to prioritize Malay with larger fonts, was reported to have also faced action. The crackdown had drawn criticism from Tiong, who raised concerns over foreign tourists perceiving Malaysia as a racist or religiously extreme country. Tiong's remarks on this and an apology to China tourists before that over unpleasant experiences in the country had led to both issues becoming intertwined for critics.
In conjunction with Malaysia Kini turning 25 from now to 30 November, you can subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package with 25% off. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Meanwhile, Dap Youth has questioned PN over their remarks on the signage issue. Its chief, Wu Kah Leong, said it wasn't something new and asked why PN did not raise the issue when they were in power.
Dap Youth has hit out at Perikatan Nasional for playing up the issue of signboards in other languages. In a statement, Dap Youth Chief Wu Kah Leong defended the need for multilingual signboards, saying that Malaysia is a multiracial country that welcomes people from all walks of life. He said such signboards can demonstrate the country's uniqueness and attractiveness. He also pointed out that multilingual signages are nothing new in Malaysia and were present when PN was in power from 2020 to 2022. With this, he questioned why they are bringing up the issue now that they are in the opposition. Wu said it shows that PN is a hypocritical political coalition and is disguising itself as national language champions when they run out of ideas. He stressed that multilingual signboards would not threaten the nation's language or culture. He added that this was a norm now and pointed out that other countries did not create a fuss out of it. Wu also took aim at DBKL for being overzealous in its enforcement, warning that continuously doing so will only jeopardize the government's image and give cheap political fodder to PN.
Still on the topic, a DAP MP has hit out at a past lawmaker for politicizing the matter.
Bukit Bintang MP Fong has accused Alor Setar MP Afnan Hamimi Taib Azamuddin of distorting facts over the debate on signboard regulations. Fong slammed Afnan for not understanding the complexities of governance in the capital city and for employing divisive political tactics. This came after the past lawmaker criticized Fong over his response to DBKL's move. In a statement, Fong said while it is reasonable for DBKL to enforce signboard regulations in accordance with the law, the enforcement process should take into account practical realities and the city's multicultural context. He said a balance must be struck between upholding the status of the national language and preserving cultural diversity. He argued that Afnan's defense of DBKL's long-standing practices rationalized outdated approaches that have proven inadequate and require reform. He also accused the past lawmaker of attempting to create a false impression that the government opposes enforcement, calling it a politically motivated effort to inflame public sentiment. Yesterday, Afnan questioned the appropriateness of a government MP opposing DBKL's enforcement actions after Fong on November 22nd called for a halt in the crackdown on signboards and made several suggestions. Referring to operations in Jalan Imbi, Kuala Lumpur, Afnan said DBKL acted within its jurisdiction following long-standing practices.
Anwar Ibrahim's political secretary has come out to defend the Prime Minister over his recent visits abroad. Ahmad Farhan Fauzi said certain parties were spreading baseless accusations that the visits brought no tangible benefits to the people and the country.
Any allegations or attempts to discredit the success of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's recent official visits to 4 countries are irresponsible, said an aide to the Premier. Political Secretary to the Prime Minister, Ahmad Farhan Fauzi, said Malaysia had achieved several significant milestones through Anwar's visit to Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Peru and Brazil. He said these visits brought about various positive impacts, including boosting the nation's economy through investments, strengthening bilateral trade, and elevating Malaysia's global reputation. He added that it is a clear indication that the Prime Minister is not merely a symbolic figure but a leader who drives the country towards progress under the Madani agenda. Farhan also noted that despite the significant success achieved, certain parties continue to be envious and spread baseless accusations that the visits brought no tangible benefits to the people and the country. To this, he highlighted several agreements and commitments between the countries. Farhan said Anwar also strongly defended Palestinian rights, called for an arms embargo on Israel, and advocated for the removal of Israel from the United Nations.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Sonia Kaleselvam. Thanks for watching.